Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy. Excuse me, here to bring you your July 2016 general readings. I am using the Gilded Tarot deck by one of my favorite artists, Cyril Marchetti. I also have his Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck, which is the artwork again is just stunning, and that I'm quite fond of his visions. So, yes, I'm using the Gilded Tarot, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, with an additional ninth card as your crowning card, your overall energy and feeling over the reading. These, of course, will not resonate the same for everyone who watches because there are so many of you and you have so many different things going on in your lives. So, watch your rising and your moon sign as well, because you may find that they resonate a little more predictively for you, particularly in other areas of your life, as I often do. Just make sure to watch all three and to get as whole and clear and definitive a picture of the time span ahead as possible. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. It is so wonderful to see the family growing on a daily basis so quickly. Thank you so much for all the love and support and feedback you show. You guys are so great with the comments. I don't, of course, have time to respond to all of them, but I do take the time to read each and every one of them. And I love particularly reading the ones where you write. Either on the YouTube video channel itself or send to my email. The ones that you write where you describe how the readings play out so applicably and so predictively in what's going on in your life. So keep those coming. You guys are great at those. Never stop. Thank you so much for those. And as always, a special thank you, as I always say, to those of you who continue to reach out and keep me so busy with personal readings. It is always an honor and always a pleasure to read for you. And I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. And if any of you watching are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign on my YouTube channel's home wall. And you can email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I love doing personal readings. You can send me an email and we'll go from there. I am fortunate enough to be able to do readings full time, so I'm able to get back to you quite quickly and set up a reading within a pretty timely time span, almost always within a week. My typical turnaround time is anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 days, depending on scheduling and rescheduling of clients, but almost always within a week. So send me an email and I'd be happy to work with you. So let's get right into this. This is Sagittarius for July 2016, the beautiful bright fire sign of Sagittarius, my fun-loving Sagittarians. What does the month of July hold for you? Sagittarius, July 2016. Sagittarius, July 2016. Sagittarius, July 2016. Okay. We begin with the Four of Wands paired with the Hierophant. Somebody's getting married this month, maybe. The Death or Transformation card, followed by the Empress, and a beautiful time it is for it too. The Three of Swords in reverse. I like to see that in reverse. Paired with the Five of Swords. The King of Wands. There you are, Sagittarius. Paired with the Ace of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your crowning card is the Hermit. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. 1 wand, 2 wands, 2 swords, and 1 cups. Although I have a feeling that this is a more emotional month for you. Sagittarius, you are the last of my July generals that I'm doing. And I have to say, it's all been about endings and beginnings or making really important decisions about laying the groundwork for the future. It doesn't feel like just a kick back and relax month, at least not for the readings I've done for this month yet. So, and it looks like a pretty momentous one for you too, although somewhat more reflective than a lot of the other signs because of the Hermit being your crowning card. So let's just take a look. Okay, let's begin. It feels like a very special month for you, Sagittarius. Reflective, big changes, but still kind of a quiet reflection over the past too. I feel like there's some very happy, transformative things going on for you this month. And I feel like the path leading up to it's been very turbulent and somewhat painful for some of you. And it's beautiful things are beginning to happen for you. And it looks like it's been quite a road. So let's begin. We find ourselves, Sagittarius, at the beginning of July 2016 with the Four of Wands paired with the Hierophant. Some of you are getting married this month or going to a wedding, a very important wedding. It's either you or someone close to you is getting married this month. For others of you, this celebration is going to be like a birthday or a barbecue or maybe a graduation party of some kind. We start with the Four of Wands. So, Wands, the suit of Wands is governed by fire and air, dynamic combination, and a dynamic suit. Wands is all about change, movement, action, power, forward momentum. The suit of Wands is all about that almost primitive energy we have inside us to that drives us to create inspirational energy that drives us to manifest, to take our dreams and ideas and turn them into reality. It is what drives an artist. And the Four of Wands is a card about a celebration, an event, a gathering, a party of some kind. So I think a lot of you going into July. I mean, we're into summer now. A lot of kids are out of school. This is going to be a summer month. Birthdays for some of you, graduation parties for some of you, barbecue parties, weddings. Summer being a great month for weddings, anniversaries for some of you. This is going to represent a gathering of that sort, a party, a celebration, a gathering. And the purpose of this gathering would be to celebrate something, to celebrate the culmination of something. If it's a wedding, to celebrate the culmination of the coming together of two people. If it's a graduation party, it's to celebrate the culmination of this long body of effort you put into something. If it's an anniversary, it's to celebrate, how long you've been together. However it plays out, it's about people coming together to celebrate something. And it's a card about enjoying yourself with other people sharing in the joy of whatever it is being celebrated. And I often refer to the Four of Wands as the unexpected blessing card too, because there's an element to the energy of this card that speaks of things actually working out better than you anticipate in an unexpected kind of way. For example, whatever this party or celebration or organization, gathering is, even if it's just a birthday party, it's something you're already looking forward to. You already know it's going to be a good time, a happy time, a positive time. And you go and something happens there unexpected that's very momentous in a blessed, beneficial way. Like you meet the love of your life at this party, or you make the best business contact of your career at this party. Something happens at this party which works out to be kind of an unexpected blessing for you. So it's very, very good. Now it's attached to the Hierophant, Major Arcana card, Fingers of the Divine, as I like to call them, because that's what Major Arcana cards represent. Those divine energies coming in to give us strong pieces, messages of advice or guidance, and they help sometimes orchestrate and lead things and sometimes remove things for us. The Hierophant represents convention, tradition, walking the expected path, being part of a large group of people, kind of all doing the same thing. There is sometimes mild to moderate sacrifices of individuality associated with the Hierophant, but the payoff is belonging to a large group of people. It can represent organized religion, churches, institutions, large corporations, walking the expected path, convention. In love and relationships, some of you, this is going to be a love and romance based relationship or a relationship of another kind, but that's still emotionally quite connective. It can represent taking it to the next level, moving in together, marriage, whatever taking it to the next level might mean for you, meeting the parents, etc. Now, paired with this Four of Wands, again, some of you this celebration is going to represent marriage. Some of you this is going to represent some other kind of established traditional group of people getting together to, it could be a family reunion, anything like that. And it also could be that what happens, any kind of unexpected happy things which happen at whatever this gathering is, leads to this somehow, or it's just about For some of you, it could just be as simple as, you're spending a lot of time enjoying and celebrating with a large group of people with whom you belong, kind of like-minded, or everybody doing the same thing or oriented towards the same thing. But I feel like for some of you, this this party that you're going to or planning or end up being at, it's for a purpose that has something to do with divine timing and divine orchestration because things are going to happen there. Um, some of you, again, I'm getting the distinct feeling some of you are getting married, you're coming together, it's a coming together, or you're moving into your first home. There's a together, a we kind of feeling about this, whether that's just like a couple love romance feeling or a family, small family group love and romance feeling, coming together and celebrating the beginning, the coming together of something, but it represents the beginning of a new life and a new path and new emotional beginnings. Right next to that, we have an incredibly powerful combination of cards. We have two major arcana cards, death, which I like to call transformation because the word death makes people kind of clench up sometimes, paired with the Empress. At first glance, might seem to be a rather odd couple, but actually they work very well with each other. So, death, transformation. It must occur in order for something to be born, something has to die first. In order for something new to begin, something old has to end before that. This is about cycles ending. This could be something as life changing as a way of living. It could be a way of looking at something. It could be an established belief system kind of going out the window. For some of you for whom this represents, you're getting married this month, you are graduating this month and beginning a new life, a new career, moving on to something else. The change is transformational. A chapter in your life has closed, and it doesn't necessarily have to be something painful or, I mean, death and birth can have, some growing pains to it, but this could just simply represent, I mean, if you've just graduated college, your life as you know it, your schedule as you know it, is coming to an end, and something completely new and different is beginning for you. Marriage is the same thing. It's not a bad ending. It's just your life, your way of life as you knew it is ending, and a new way of life is beginning. That's what this represents, but it's very transformational. And the time for it is right. It is the perfect time for it because death and transformation is accompanied by the Empress, our beautiful Empress, the traditional Earth Mother of the Tarot. She represents birth, rebirth, pregnancy, fertility. She is what follows death. So you could see them as opposite ends of the spectrum, but actually they work in tandem because death is what precedes the Empress. This is about pregnancy, birth, rebirth, new beginnings, new paths. This is the yes answer to the question you have of, is now the right time to start a new job, a new relationship, a new project, a new life, a new way of thinking, go on a trip? The answer is yes. This is about new beginnings. This is about fertility, the ground being ripe, the ground being right to plant the seed. This is about planting the seeds. It's not about the culmination. This is about birth. This is about planting the seeds and watching the beginning of something because that's what she does. She's all about the nurturing part of it, planting the seeds, putting the yeast in the dough and watching it proof, feeding it, nurturing it. This is also a card that represents self-care. So make sure in the middle of all this momentous change, Sagittarius, to take care of yourself. Maybe spend some time with nature too. It's a great way to kind of get back to yourself and get centered and grounded. So whatever you're kicking off this month, either ending June or kicking off July with, it's momentous, it's transformational, and it is the right time to begin it. Now, right next to that, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, which is exactly how I like to see this in reverse, paired with the Five of Swords. So the Three of Swords in reverse. In the upright position, swords, so the suit of swords is governed by the element of air. So it's all about that intangible, invisible, airy world of what goes on up here. It's about our thoughts, our words, our ideas, our mental outlook, perspectives, how we see things, belief systems. It's a very mental and cerebral suit. The Three of Swords in the upright position speaks of, well, it's referred to as the heartbreak card, the heartache card, sometimes the breakup card. In love and romance, it can represent breakup because of infidelity or cheating, because there's a triangular energy here with the Three Swords impaling this heart. Um, It can represent, even outside of love and romance, the feelings that you get when you lose a job, you lose a home, someone dies, deep emotional pain, a deep disappointment in something. Uh, in the reverse position, it is an overcoming of this energy. So again, whatever this, for those of you for whom this is relationship oriented, this coming together with somebody else, particularly getting married, moving in with somebody else, meeting somebody, starting this new life together, this transformational rebirth that you're going through, maybe starting a new job or a new career path, beginning a whole new chapter of your life. It is overcoming something that happened in the past that was very painful, that was challenging, that was deeply disappointing to you, and it's going to play out. How that resonates specifically, of course, because there's so many of you, you'll have to let me know because it's going to play out differently for each of you that are watching. I feel like it's such a beautiful new beginning this month, Sagittarius. But I feel like you're reflecting about this on this path up to here and going through July. You're reflecting on this too in your quiet moments. It's been quite a journey. I feel like there's been a bit of pain and heartache and disappointment for you, and you're kind of reflecting on that this month. But this is about overcoming the joy and beauty and new path and new beginnings that are in front of you. It is overwhelming and overcoming. This previous pain and previous heartache and disappointment. It is, you are in a sense triumphing over that. It's cost you a lot to get this far. You've put a lot into it. It's cost you a lot, but it looks like it's been worth it tremendously. That Three of Swords in reverse is accompanied by the Five of Swords. This is a card which represents victory. It can represent a temporary victory, sometimes even a shallow victory. But I think for you, it really is a true victory, especially because it's overcoming this Three of Swords energy. You can see on the front of this card, this man he's just finished a battle. He's completed a battle. His foes, opponents, or enemies are obviously defeated on the ground behind him. Um, so he's just finished fighting this fight. And whatever this fight is, it's going to differ for all of you. It could be, again, graduation. You just spent X number of years, putting all this time and effort into it to lay a foundation for yourself. It could be on the relationship path. You went through quite a bit of pain to find the person that you blend with so beautifully now. On career path, you could have gone through quite a few disappointments on your career path to get to where you're at now. It's cost him a lot. You can see the arena is kind of grim looking. The colors are, he's tired, exhausted, bleeding. He's wounded. He's bleeding from a little cut on his forehead. And this card begs the question, is it worth it? Has everything that you've put into this been worth it? Because it's cost an awful lot. And sometimes in readings, this card obviously asks this question and it doesn't look like it's been worth it. But I think for you, looking at this entire spread, Sagittarius, it's cost a lot. It's taken a lot for you to get to where you're at. But it looks like it's definitely been worth it because what you're going through now, what you're beginning now looks quite beautiful and it is healing. It is healing and overcoming whatever you've been through in the past leading up to now. So at or towards the end of July 2016, Sagittarius, you are coming into your own because here you are, the King of Wands, beautiful fire sign that you are. You're a king. You have matured. Kings and queens represent individuals or energies that have reached the mastery of their suit, the culmination of all the positive aspects of their suit. So they represent as people more mature, reflective individuals, people who are grown-ups. They've walked their road of life. They've gone through all the things. They've learned trial and error, success and failure, defeat and triumph, and they've reached that point in maturity and evolution. They're kings and queens now. So for a lot of you, this is going to represent you, the path that you've been on, and this is the place that you've reached on your journey. Good for you, Sagittarius. For some of you, this is going to represent another individual, perhaps another fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, who's your partner, somebody who's been there with you, somebody that you're sharing in this with at or towards the end of July 2016. But I think that for the majority of you, this is you. Could be you and another fire sign coming into your own. That's who the King of Wands is. Assertive, enthusiastic, creative, passionate, a real go-getter, doesn't rest on his laurels for very long. Understands how to get the job done, understands how to inspire and delegate so that other people can help get the job done because he knows how to utilize people to the best of their skills and abilities. A natural leader, very gregarious, very outgoing. And it is all about new beginnings, having new beginnings. Sagittarius at the end of July 2016 because that King of Wands is paired with the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings. For some of you, this is going to represent new love, new romance, somebody coming into your life. It could be another fire sign, secondarily air, but more primarily fire sign coming into your life. This is who you're beginning this new love with. For others of you, you've just reached a stage in your relationship. You're moving in with each other, you're getting married, and it's again new aspects, new love, the renewal of an already existing love. For others of you for whom this is not going to be a relationship reading, this also represents new emotional beginnings, uplifting, happy, a new start, and one that you're so emotional about, you're happy about, you're so positive about, a new job, a new career path, a brand new vista opening up. Again, whatever this is occurring, it's transformational. It's the right time for it. It is healing. You're overcoming all of that past stuff, and it's just beautiful. What an absolutely magnificent way to end the month. Now, your crowning card is another major arcana card. We have the Hermit. And sometimes this can mean being kind of solitary, going through a place that's kind of solitary. It also means using the culmination of your life's experience and wisdom to help guide you through a path and figure out your way. It can also just represent, and I think it's more about this for you this month and leading up to this month. It's a card about reflection, inner reflection. And I think that's what you're doing a lot in the quiet months in between whatever's going on. In your quiet moments, I think you're reflecting a lot on, the past, everything you've gone through, everything you've invested and sacrificed and gone through to get to where you're at, to graduate, to be able to have a new start, to have this new job, this new career path, a new home, a new relationship, a marriage, however this works out for you. You're reflecting on everything that it's taken, everything that it's cost you to get this far, and just kind of overall thread throughout this month, just kind of reflecting on that. Yeah, it's quite a beautiful reading, quite a transformational and beautiful reading, Sagittarius. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, Sagittarius. I hope it has brought you some wisdom and insight because that's why we do it. I hope it's been useful to you and that you remember it moving forward this July. And thank you so very much for watching. And again, if any of you are interested in a one-on-one reading, you can click on the About button on my channel's homepage. And you can also email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the July 2016 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, Sagittarius, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. I'll see you soon. Bye.